They're all sitting at the door thinking that we're going to let them out, but we're not. So Jen and I are, we did a video last few videos ago where we took you folks with us out to the old customs house, and we knew this before we went there, but you folks sent us all kinds of comments telling us that we needed to cover that well. Because of that video, because you guys were so persistent and for a good reason, we're actually going to head out there and we're going to cover that well. So you guys are not going outside with us. Just me and Mom. Mr. Tasunka, Mr. Whitco over there. Miss Mach is like, oh my God, let's go, Mom.
Can you put a leash on me, Mom? I'll go.
All right. No Matcha, you can't go. No Whitco, you can't go either. No, you all have to stay here. All right, folks, you spoke, we listened. So we've got the well covered with a pallet and a cinder block. We're hoping that animals won't kick it. But, we'll be checking this every once in a while just to make sure everything is okay. So when we talk about our winter prep, the list of things that we want to get done before the snow falls is long. And one of those things is actually cutting the grass. So I've already gotten all of the big sections and then also the road with the big mower. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through with the push mower, and we're going to get all of the areas where I can't reach with the riding mower. Really the only reason that we're doing the grass now is because, well, it looks like crap and we wanted to make sure that it got done before the snow falls, so that I don't know, it just looks better. So last year we heated our solar shed, which we call the GPS, with this propane heater. Unfortunately, when I built it, I just simply ran the propane line into it, and what I wanted to do is add this steel line. So I've got that, but in order to do that, I have to clean this end here. So we've got ourselves a wire brush right there. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this guy off before we put our yellow Teflon tape on. I want to make sure that the threads are nice and clean before we put all this together. Getting ready for winter is no joke here. We have a lot to do, a lot to prepare for. And one of those things is getting this propane stove or propane heater ready for the winter. We've got to keep this room at about 60 degrees, 70 degrees. So, okay, so we've got the heater all plumbed in and ready to go. And we just tested it and it turns on fine, shuts off fine. Matter of fact, I'm extremely warm in here right now, so we're gonna get out of here and go work on the next one. Another thing we've got to get done is we've got to give our generator an oil change. So that's what we're going to work on next. Now, for our generator, we use just regular old 5W30. So yeah. All right, let's get it done. The nice thing about these Champions is I have this little drain plug here with the tube, which makes it draining this thing really, really nice. So basically we just have our old oil container, and then we're gonna take the dipstick out. This just lets the oil drain a little bit easier. Now unfortunately this does take a little while, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut the camera off and go ahead and drain this, and then I'll be right back. All right, that's it. So now we'll just add some oil to it. It's getting late and it's getting cold. I had to get a jacket. I'm gonna walk and talk here because, well, it is getting dark and getting cold, and I still got some work to do. So Harbor Freight has this pretty amazing deal with their generators. Well, I think with everything, really, but we use it for their generators. So we bought a 2,000 watt inverter generator 2 years ago, and we paid $140 for the 2-year warranty on it. 2 years came up. We took that generator. Nothing's wrong with it. We took it back. We got a new one. We actually got an upgraded one. So for that $140, you know, we got an upgraded generator, brand spanking new. So we just got it put together, threw some oil in it, threw some gas in it. Runs like a champ. I'm pretty excited. Here she is. Yeah, it's a Predator inverter generator. It's 2,000 watts. We use this for just about everything that we need on the Homestead, except for anything big. So we took the old one to Harbor Freight. We got the new one, and we did again buy the 2-year warranty. Now the price did go up on it. It went up to $200, but here's the thing. I could easily run a couple hundred, hell, 500-600 hours on this generator over the next 2 years. And in 2 years, I just go get a new one. So it's almost like leasing a generator every 2 years for $200. And these generators are, I think, these are like $615 a pop or something like that. And to get a new one every couple of years, I mean, it is a great deal. And you know, here's the other thing. If anything does go wrong with this, you know, I can return it, you know, and get a new one. So we do take advantage of it on certain equipment. You know, this generator is one. We definitely, you know, take advantage of that offer they have. So, but it is all ready to go, and so we're gonna get this thing stored away here in the carport. Like I said, it is getting dark, but there are a few more things I need to get done today. At least I'd like to get done, so no time to spare. So in addition to all the stuff that you've been seeing us prepare for winter with, we also need to consider the equipment that we have. So we've got some lawnmowers, we've got weed whackers, and we've got wood chippers, and a couple other things that we need to get winterized. And when I say winterized, I basically mean we're going to drain the fuel. We're going to run an additive through it, and we're gonna get these things stored up for winter. Well, we're out here by the shop, so let's get started. All right, so after some work, we got in our shed area. We cleaned it up a little bit. We went ahead and ran both of the wood chippers we have and dried those up. We added the seafoam to those, and we also did our little tiller right there and ran that dry. The mower, we got that as well, and then also our Troy-built weed whacker. We also ran our Troy-built Bronco dry with some seafoam. So all of the equipment is ready for the winter. We won't be using any of this stuff. One other thing that we did is we ran our post hole digger dry as well. So we're pretty happy that we got everything winterized, ready to go. The last thing I am going to do is I got to do the oil change on our snow blower. We've got our main snow machine pulled up, so we're going to get that going here in a few weeks. The other snow machine we're going to be selling. So, all right, that's it for the equipment for now, other than the snow blower. But we've got other prep to do. Okay, so now we've got the green windbreak fence up here. Now the reason that we put this here is, you know, the whole purpose of having the GPS, this building here, and the purpose of this large wooden fence back here is simply to protect the back of the panels. During the winter time, we're going to change the position of these panels, and they're going to actually literally be standing, well, pretty much vertical. So the panels, once they're in that vertical position, they will take a beating from the wind behind them. They basically become big parachutes. And so to prevent any damage to the panels or to the rack, we've created this massive windbreak simply because we get most of our wind down the road here. It comes down the road, and without having this stuff here, just again, this wreaks havoc on these panels. So this section here is just to give us a little bit more support or a little more protection from the wind on this side of that building. Again, you know, the panels are going to be adjusted, and right now they're here and they will be here, and when that happens, you basically have a clear shot right above the Jenny shed. So having this thing here helped last year, so we're going to continue to do it until we come up with a better solution. So, all right, now that we've got that up, we've got other stuff we've got to get done. So the next step here is I've got to cut some firewood that we've got, but first thing I got to do is get this tractor warmed up. So while I'm doing this, earlier this week, I was out on the road doing some work out there. So check this out. So we are right here on the road, on the downside of the hill that then leads to our place, which is down that way. A year ago, I dug this trench here, a little ditch, to help with the water, because what happens is that all the water on this hill, on both sides, not only on this side, but then also on this side, it runs down this road, and this road really turns into almost a river. And so what I've done is we built a speed bump here, and it's a little high. I think I might bring in a little more gravel. You can kind of see it here, but it's at an angle. And the thought behind this is that the water runs down, hits the berm here, and then runs and gets diverted into this ditch. Now, I haven't really been able to test this out really well yet because, frankly honest, we haven't had a really bad rainfall, but we're due for one here soon, and when it happens, we'll see if this is going to work. I am a little concerned that this spot here might be too low, but I don't know. We'll just have to play it by ear and see what happens. So again, the the whole purpose of putting that that little speed bump on an angle there, again, is to help divert that water during the rains, and also to help divert the water during the melting in the spring. I don't know really how effective it is yet because we haven't had a downpour, but as soon as we do have a downpour, I'm going to get out there and take a look. Hopefully I can capture some video of it. And again, it's just, one of those things that we've got to get done to help preserve the integrity of the road that we have until we can make, some pretty big improvements to it. So, all right, well, what I've got going on over here is we've just split a bunch of logs. I'm going to try to fill up the bucket on the tractor with some biscuit wood and then refill the rack over by the back porch. So let's get to it. So after assessing the wood that we have, it's become quite apparent that what I really need to do is I need to cut some halves so I can build these ends up. I got to build that end, build that end, and I still need some more ends for that back row. So I think what I'm going to do, instead of cutting this into biscuit wood, I think the pieces that make sense to make halves out of, I'm just going to make halves and then stack here in the shed. So. All right, well, it is getting late. I've got all my halves cut. So now we're gonna cut and try to fill up the bucket with biscuit wood and get it over to the cabin. I don't have light over here yet. I do plan on putting a 12-volt bulb in here so I can do this at night. But right now all I've got is this outdoor light, but it doesn't shine inside. So we really gotta make this quick. Okay, that'll do it. Now we got to get to the cabin. Okay, so we've got all of the firewood that we just split stacked up here for the kitchen. This is all the biscuit wood that we're going to be using when Jen cooks. We also use this to help start fires. Now, lately we've been using actually quite a bit of this to start fires because we don't have a fire running all day. So every time we go to start a fire, we'll grab a couple of pieces of this stuff, and it works great. When it does start getting colder, this will be predominantly for cooking with, and all of the heating we'll actually use the big chunky stuff, which is in the shed that's right there that you can't see because it's dark. All right, well, it is dark and it has been a long day for us. We've gotten a lot done for our prep for winter. So I just want to say thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video. If you liked it, please hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, it would mean the world to us if you would hit that subscribe button. We truly appreciate every single one of you. And if you have a comment on this video, please go ahead and drop it down below. Either Jen or myself, we answer all of the questions and all of the comments that you folks leave us, or at least we try to. This is just a blessing to be able to do this here out in Maine. We're getting ready for winter. It is coming. As a matter of fact, I think the reports have snow in about a week. So we are not even close to being done with our winter prep. But we did want to highlight some of the things that we are doing. There's 101 other things that we've got going on, little projects here and there. We'll try to include all of those in another video as well, just to give you folks kind of an idea of what it's like for us to prepare for winter. Thanks a lot for sticking around and watching this, and we will see you folks on the next video.